Hello everyone, Gerard here with FXLiveDayTrading.com. Today was a good day, a nice start to the week. In our spring challenge account, just to make sure, 1309 was the profit for today, $1,309. Now, the bulk of that profit came from the first two trades, and then after the second, I took one going long on a false breakout. That was trade number 3, and then number 4 was a short that I just closed out. It is now 2:15 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm pretty much done for the day. That's it, unless something really looks good as far as momentum is concerned. If we break to the new lows, I may jump on that. So I'm going to make this fairly fast, and then what I'll do is the videos I'll do a bit later. So the bottom line is I wanted to touch base on futures, the E-mini, and also Forex. When do I decide when I'm going to focus that day on trading futures or foreign exchange currencies? Well, it was pretty much a no-brainer with some volatility happening on Friday. We saw Forex was pretty much lagging. I'll go over Forex pair a little bit later. I'll do a video on that. I talked last week about the New Zealand dollar. I thought it was going to stay strong. Sometimes the New Zealand dollar acts like a safe haven, at least in the last few years it has. So I personally don't expect the New Zealand dollar to take a beating like maybe the Aussie dollar would if we continue to see some skepticism over the deal with China. Trade agreement that's progressing, or some people feel it's not progressing. So the momentum was on Friday obviously pretty strong to the downside. In fact, we closed on the lows, and then positive geopolitical news came out from the Mueller investigation. However, the market didn't have a rebound other than a little pop in the morning, which was nothing significant, and I shorted that pop. So what's going on here exactly? Why are the markets filled with momentum to the downside when in reality it seems like the political spectrum is pretty good to go, with this Mueller investigation thing over? I mean, obviously, when you're not sure if a specific president is going to be in power, that creates concerns, and as a result, people can pull their money out of the stock market. Well, it goes beyond that, and I had mentioned in a video last week, so if you have not seen the video, go back and watch the video where I'm giving you my thoughts, and I mentioned that I am stalking the S&P 500 index and also crude oil. So please check that out, because exactly what happened, what we mentioned may happen, has happened. Hit certain key levels and progress to the downside. Check out also oil, because that's very interesting. We were watching key levels on oil, and those key levels touched perfectly, just went a little bit higher just to run stops, and then boom, dip to the downside. I also gave in my YouTube video some areas that I would be looking for as far as exit strategy is concerned. So those were two very good trades. If you did follow the video, took a look at it last week, you will see it was a very accurate in technical analysis. But the trading experience at FXLiveDayTrading.com goes beyond technical analysis. When you have over 20 years experience in trading the live markets, you have, it's almost like a next level of sensitivity to the ongoing events in the stock market, because let's face it, you learn over time what happens when certain things happen. So your brain shapes itself over time, and then of course you want to learn from your mistakes. So in my opinion, there is no replacement for experience in the markets. Now, of course, how do you want to go about doing that? You don't just go out and say, I'm going to get experience and, you know, throw money out there and wish the best. That's not the type of experience that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a very calculated learning experience. And obviously, having someone walk you through that is a very important aspect of day trading and just trading in general, whether you get that information from books or you get it from a mentorship at fxlivedaytrading.com. There's only so much time in a day that I dedicate to coaching because that's not my primary line of work, okay? What I do for a living is right back there. And I mean, you can just see from the glare on my monitor. I mean, there's a way to fix that. I don't have time to be a quote, you know, full-time YouTuber. I'm making these, you know, I've had this camera now for about 1.5 years. I'm just now starting to use it. I mean, I know that learning about the markets and showcasing certain trade strategies to the public out there is going to help you. That's what I get back from this. You know, when you're sitting here by yourself trading, it's a great experience because you don't have all that noise, so to speak. You know, it's you and your experience. And yes, it's very, very rewarding. But what I want to convey out there is getting experience is very important. So read, don't just throw money out there. When I began, I had a good amount of money saved that I put aside for trading, and it didn't go very well in the beginning. So to avoid mistakes such as that, you absolutely want to study beforehand. So at any rate, in light of that, keep in mind one important thing before I get to the charts, that trading involves a very high level degree of risk, especially futures trading. So if you're not in a position where you can lose all the money that you're working with, then simply don't do it, because it's going to play on your emotions too, and it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy if you're trading and you're nervous, and then you're getting out at the wrong times and getting in at the wrong times. So needless to say, let's go and check out today's trade behind me. Okay, everyone. Glad to be here. I'm watching the ES as I'm doing this, and I gotta tell you, we're breaking and we're making new lows. So if for some reason I pause this, it's because I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, jump in for another contract here. Got my personal account on the ball here. The challenge account is flat, don't have any positions right here. So watching closely. Okay, so let's get down to it. This is the ES. This is the June contract 2019, and why don't we go ahead and first look up at the top there. So 1309, that was 4 trades. 1309, 95% of this was made in about 10 minutes. Okay, the first short, which I'm going to show you, and then the long. So why don't we expand this screen? And I'm just looking at my other screen here, we really didn't break the lows just yet. We're kind of, you know, stopping there, popping just a little bit. So I'm expecting the lows to break. We'll see. Alright, so let me move this so it's not in the way here. Technically I should be facing that way, shouldn't I? Let me put my head up there. Alright, so here we are, and as far as the trade that was taken today, it was the short. Was the first trade, waited for the pop, the initial pop there. And as soon as it hit that daily high area, boom, did the short there, and then I waited for the opportunity to go ahead and take a long. Looking at today's chart here, basically it was a very patient wait to the top, and then took the short here, and that was where I said it was the first I'd say 10-15 minutes of trading. Now don't get me wrong, I didn't start till I think it was at 9:40, but it took 10-15 minutes for those first two trades that netted most of the profit today. So got the short, waited, and then took the long. Didn't take it up so high, but enough where I was getting out right about 28.05. Popped a little bit more, didn't take that short, okay, and really we're chopping before. And now I did get taken on one trade. It was a false breakout to the upside, and let's see if I can show this a little bit better on maybe a I don't use the 1 minute, but I wonder if this is going to should show it much better here. So the next trade came down, popped up. It was a breakout, but it was a false breakout, and that you can see we're coming just a little bit off the lows right now. So I'm glad that I didn't take that short in that very quick break of the lows, because it's sustaining right now. It may end up giving us a little end of the day pop, so to speak. But needless to say, this is the 1 minute chart, and I have to tell you, I'm going to switch back to the 5. I'm just not a liker of the 1 minute. So right now we have this little bottom area. That's where we hit earlier. Okay, took the long off of that, and then we were chopping. But the false breakout was basically here. I'm sorry, this was the third area. Okay, and I got in here, and then I got out and took a little bit of a loss, and then I went short. And then my short exit was right around here, a little bit short of that bottom area. Could have waited, but I'm always looking for that middle area. I'm not necessarily looking for the exact target. I'm not necessarily looking for the perfect entry. Excuse me. I am what's called a momentum trader. It starts to move in a specific area, and I am in. But before, I don't just jump at every trade. 4 trades is a good amount. I'm happy with that. To me, that's not over trading. So yeah, so far it's been 4. We'll see how something sets up here. If I start to see a nice double bottom kind of shaping, I'm going to give it more than just a couple candles here. Right now we're on our second candle. Then I may go ahead and look for a long here. So, but needless to say, this is the ES contract, and this is the E-mini, by the way, and this is what I was using today to trade. All right, and it doesn't mean now, yes, the moving averages are here and they do help, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to take a long against them. And that's what I did on that move lower. And the reason I did that was because that was one of my areas that I was looking for support, and it worked out very good. So that's basically how we got the 1309 today. Of course, right now, if you're new to trading, this is just overwhelming. So there's a very, I'm not going to say it's a complex process, but it's a process. And if you go back in my videos, I say trading is a process. It's not an adventure. Trading is not a journey. For me, it's a process. So you follow the process. Sometimes you're going to lose. You're not always going to win. Sometimes you'll get a winner and you stick with it, and it can make your week. It can make your month. So you have to understand the process. You got to know the process. You go with it. You lay it down. You see what works for you. Not everybody can be a day trader. Not everybody can be a swing trader. You have to have that patience to be a swing trader. And for the day trader, you have to be emotionally secure in your decisions, because obviously you're dealing with movement. You can be dealing with news. You can see if news comes out on the ES. I mean, you can literally see the ES move 10 points just like that, 15 points, 20 points. So you got to be prepared for that. You also have to know where your exit strategy is going to be. What is it? You know, is it 3 points? Now, I had my strategy before when I went long here, and I saw that I believe I gave up something like $300 on that trade. I said, I'm out, no questions asked. And then I said, well, it's not working out to the upside, and I have to admit there's probably a lot of traders who are looking for that breakout. So I quickly went short. All right, and then I grabbed some on that. I'm sorry, it's this one here. 1, 2, 3. It's the third one. Okay, but a lot of times that was a trend line break potentially, but you know what? It never worked. So that was a false breakout. Sometimes it's just going to happen. You're going to give up some money on that. If it's Forex, you're going to give up some pips on that. Don't think that we're not doing Forex, because I absolutely have been doing Forex. And you know, but lately I've been, you know, kind of staying away because of the you know, the pound, just it's been so driven by news. And for me right now, the flow, the order flow, I can see the volume is just working really nice to trade the ES mini futures. Okay, I did have a trade last Thursday night on a Forex pair, and yes, I look at Forex every day, and if the trade arises, if the setup arises, I will indeed trade Forex. So needless to say, this is the trade today. I'm going to wrap it up here just to explain this trade, and I'll do another video on a foreign exchange currency pair, but I'll separate that video. And providing I don't see a move off of these lows, I'll go ahead and make the video. If not, I'll make the video tomorrow, because I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be doing a trade here right now as well. So everybody have a great one, and I hope that you've benefited just in viewing some of these videos. Keep the comments going, and I appreciate the new subscribers that we had just since I have been doing the videos. So why don't we have our goal at 5,000 subscribers by this time next month? I think we can do it. The issue in the past is I haven't been making videos. So thanks for encouraging me, everybody out there, to start making videos again. I would get emailed every single day just asking, you know, and I appreciate the positive feedback that everybody gave me. So I promise that I'm going to go ahead and make some time to do more videos. So thanks so much, and have a wonderful trading week.